What is up, guys? Wolfie here. Gonna do a little video on a game I just started playing. It is actually in beta form, so I wanted to get some information out there. I come from playing Summoner's War. That's a game that I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with, especially since this game is being advertised in Summoner's War as the beta, and it is I guess partially created or mostly created by Com2Us, who is in charge of Summoner's War, and also probably some of the teams that worked on several of the Skylanders games, since it is a Skylanders game itself. So we're going to talk about a couple things. Now, a lot of this is similar to Summoner's War in the way that you play, the way that the game just kind of flows. It seems really similar. Now, if you notice, I am only level 3. I only just started playing it. I wanted to kind of get some information out there from what I've gathered just in this short time of me playing. Now, some of my information could potentially be incorrect. That is always possible, because like I said, I'm only level 3. I have not watched other people's videos. If there are any, I have not seen them show up in my YouTube feed. So we're gonna go over some stuff real quick. One thing I want to go over real quick is, if you go to Adventure, it is very similar to Summoner's War. If you look, you've got the first area is mostly, I guess it's called life. I'm probably going to call it nature or plant, but that is incorrect. It is life, and we'll go over why that is incorrect in just a little bit. So there's like life, there's what I think is called water, fire, air, and then we got like earth over here. I think it's earth. This is tech. There's 10 elements, you know. In Summoner's War you've got 5. There's 10 in this. So you got tech here. You got this is, I'm gonna have to look that up. This is undead, which I thought was kind of neat. You know, zombies on your team, that would be cool. And I'm night and day, or light and dark, I'm not sure. So we'll go through that in a second. But there's 10 areas. This is your scenarios basically. You also have the distorted dimension, which I haven't got to, altar of trials, which I haven't got to, and Mirage Tower. Now I'm gonna guess and say that Mirage Tower is Trial of Ascension. Either that or Altar of Trials is Trial of Ascension. That is your tower-based monthly reset. You go up however many floors you can, and then after a month it resets back down to 1, and you go do it again. That's what I'm assuming. Again, I haven't got to it yet. Whichever one that is, the other one is probably going to be your dungeons, your grindy, going through and getting your materials you need. And then the other one, I'm not sure. It might be your raids. I don't know. This is heavily, from what I've seen so far, heavily influenced by Summoner's War stuff, because it's created by the same people who made Summoner's War. So this is basically, it almost feels like a reskin of it. But we'll get into some of that just in a second. So one thing I want to go over is the elements. You'll notice that there were 10 of them as opposed to the 5. If you go, say, into an area, okay, and you hit this button up top here, it's this top right, looks like a little three circles, the arrows between them. So you hit that. This tells you your element wheel, which you can see just based off of what you're seeing here, what it is and everything. Now, if we tap one, it will light up. So this is magic, okay? It is weak to water and tech, and fire is also weak to water and tech. Now, both fire and magic are weak and strong against the same things. So, both are weak and strong to air and undead. Air and undead are strong against air and undead. Air and undead are strong against life and earth. So, and it keeps going on that pattern. Water and tech are weak and strong to the same stuff. Now, I want to go over why this is life and not plant, not nature. If they did nature, it would throw this whole dynamic off, as far as having two things weak and strong to the same thing. I'm not really sure why earth is strong to water. In most games it's the other way around. Likewise, I'm not sure why undead is strong to earth. There's, I'm sure, reasons, but anyway, we'll not get into that. That's the wheel. It shows you. It's really nice that it has these arrows, lets you know everything. Now, you've got dark and light over here. It appears that they are strong to it when it comes to attack. So like any other game that has light and dark, usually when you're attacking, the opposite is weaker. When you're defending, you are weaker. So that seems to be how it goes. So we're gonna, now when I say weaker and stronger, like this, when you see these, like if magic attacks water, magic is also weak to water, so it does less damage. That works. This is the one dynamic that doesn't work. It's pretty basic. It's the same as any other game would be. We'll go back. One thing I want to go through too is, let's see if I remember where it's at. Nope. Bag maybe? Nope. Okay, so one thing right here, if you look, these potions, these are your XP. This is how you level up your characters outside of combat. It does not appear that you can feed monsters like you could in Summoner's War. It looks like any monsters you get, you keep them, which I'll get into why that's kind of nice that they did that, or didn't allow you to feed, rather, because the way you summon monsters is a little different. I'll get into that in a second. So you'll have these used to give XP to your guys, and you'll gather them along your adventures fairly frequently, I would say. Now, this is why summoning your monsters is a little different. If you know what Hall of Heroes is from Summoner's War, or what Secret Dungeons are, you get pieces to a monster. You don't get the full monster. You get parts. Now, once you get enough parts, you can summon the monster. That's how it is in this game for every summon. So, say for example, I want this guy. Well, this guy I have 2 of, and if you actually go to, let me see if I believe, yeah, it's not here, I believe. So if you go to, like, say this guy is a natural 5-star. If you look just under where it says attack, on screen it says 2 out of 100. That means I need 100 pieces, so I need 98 more in order to actually summon and use this guy. Now I can summon and use him once I get all those pieces, but then I can also potentially acquire more pieces. Now if I acquire more pieces, I could, I'm guessing they allow you to have more than one of the same guy, so I could potentially summon another one. I don't know yet if they allow that or not, but I could potentially summon another one, and if that's the case, then I can actually go to, if I want to, I can go to skills and use those pieces. See how it says 2 out of 16 down at the bottom, plus 2 of this resource? So you got those 2 there. I can actually use that to power up these skills, and you'll also notice he's got 4 skills here. When you're in combat, you actually only get to use 2 of them. So let's see if I can do it on, she's got 3 skills, okay? So let's go ahead and see if I can't change her skills in combat. What does this do? Just damage? No, stealth. Okay, so just stealth. I don't know what stealth does. We'll have to see. So you have 3 skills on a character. We'll do it on this fight here. So you have 3 skills. Now let's see if I can change her skills real quick. Okay, so she's got these 3 skills, and say, let's see, slashes inflict rampage attack with bonus hit to all enemies if you attack with a crit. So this skill takes too much, so let's take that off. And let's do that. So you can change the skills, which is really cool. Now, I think it just said skill info saved. So you can have that, and change your guys' skills. I wonder, do I have any? So these guys, I believe, only have 2. Yeah. So some characters do, some characters don't. Now, from what it seems like, you can get any 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, all the way up to 5 stars. I think they can actually go to 6. Just like Summoner's War, you can evolve them. It's called evolving, same as Summoner's War. It's called awakening, same as Summoner's War. Just the resources are different. So it's really, this whole game is just really similar to Summoner's War. Now, you'll notice this companion down on the bottom. So there's heroes and villains. I think they're called heroes, but I know the other guys are called villains. If you have heroes, they go in these spots up here, where these 3 characters are. If you have villains, you can't use them up there. You use them down here. And it's sort of like a team bonus character where after like so long you can summon the villain, and then when the villain's there, they're only there for up to so many turns. They either die from damage or they die after the turn count is up. So we'll get started on a fight real quick, and I'll kind of go through. The battle mechanic is strange. Oh, due to unstable connection, reconnect. There we go. So this is still in beta. Keep that in mind. Things could change with various things. Now look at the bottom. You'll see my skills. They are somewhat on a shared cooldown. So I'm going to say select this guy, and I'm going to use this guy's attack. Now you notice he attacked first. That's because I took too long to select an attack. So one guy attacked there. If I go this guy, hit that, and then hit that, and then hit that, they're going to attack in the order I tapped them after so many seconds. So it takes a little bit of time. Now everything is shared as far as I'm going to summon this guy real quick so you can see after a while you can summon him. So I'm going to attack with him, attack with him. If you look, they have to each take their own turn based on when you tapped it. So it's almost as if the team has a speed, what it seems like. I'm sure the stats are a little bit different. Now if you tap something and it dies, it will attack the next available target. So you can select who you want them to hit. But now if you look at the bottom, it said 5 out of 10, these little blue shapes. It'll show it in a second. Chompy Mage, huh? So he's the boss. So at the bottom of the screen it showed these blue 10 out of 10. That's your team's mana. So if you use up too much mana, you can't use certain skills. Let's see what this stealth does. Now he went down already. Now each of these skills you'll see have blue numbers underneath each skill. That's how long the skills take, or how much mana the skills take. So if you say use a skill that it takes 5 mana, it's gonna you have to have at least 5 mana in your pool to do it. And I might actually lose a guy here. I think my most powerful character against this guy, because he is nature, is my my little blue dude. So we're gonna try to hit him with as much of the blue dude's abilities as possible. They are on cooldown, so see if we can get some in there. Now, there are different skills. You'll have to figure out what skills do what. I don't know if you can... Yes, you can. So you can hold it and you can see what they do, just like Summoner's War, which is nice. So in the middle of the fight, you can see them. But that's something you'll eventually learn and know what the characters do and know what skills. That's just over time you learn what does what. So you see I got Drilla, 20 pieces. I also got another 20 pieces apparently for the Drilla, so my guess is they want me to summon them. I think it's a guaranteed thing. Yeah, they want me to summon them. I'm still in a lot of the tutorial stuff because it's early in level 3, so. So beat the 7th stage. That's just like any Summoner's War stage. It unlocks the next one, and you can go back and farm for pieces, farm for runes. And yes, there are runes in this game, pretty much the same as the other. So I have 20 pieces for Drilla, but oh, get this reward real quick. Oh, gave me a lot of stuff, but pretty sure it gave me characters. Let's go to it real quick. So Drilla, if you notice, the character got moved to the front of my list because I can summon him. He's a support character, so I can summon him. I have 20 pieces. So now that I have 20 pieces, I'll hit the summon button and it will actually give me the character. When you go to get what are essentially premium packs, it won't give you the character. What it'll do, let's see, I have 600. And you can buy pieces in the shop here, so you can, you know, do that. Let's see, where is it? Packages, maybe? No. Where was it? Summon. There we go. Okay. So special summon 1,000 gems. It seems like gems are pretty easy to get. But basically what it'll do is you'll do the summon. Ow. You'll do the summon and it gives you pieces. And I think it's like guaranteed to do at least some legendary pieces. So that's kind of nice. It's like basically, it seems like it's guaranteed to do something. It's got an increased rate. I don't know what the rates are. I'm sure they'll come out with a list because any game that that gets to be played in China has to have that kind of stuff if it's got any type of lottery effect. So we're gonna go over. Let's see. I'm gonna go over to the characters that I've got. So like that is a Nat 5, that's a Nat 5, that's a Nat 5. So that's 3 that I've gotten pieces for in 2, because I got the crystals for the beta test. So I did because it gave me like 2,200 total. It gave me those, so I did 2 of those premium, the 1,000 crystal packs, and that gave me 3 Nat 5s, but it only gave me 2 pieces of 2 of them and 3 pieces of another. So it's guaranteed, seems like, but you don't get a lot. So it's still gonna take, you know, almost the same amount of summons really to get a Nat 5 as you would in Summoner's War, except it's actually kind of worse because you get pieces for a specific Nat 5. If I had gotten in those 3 packs, if I had, instead of getting 2, 2, and 3, or sorry, 2 packs, if I had gotten 3, 2, and 2 of all Starcast here, or of all Nightlight, then I would have more pieces of that one specific guy. But since it's random for each, you could potentially never get a Nat 5 and just keep getting pieces of different ones. Or, because there's only so many Nat 5s in the game, you could potentially keep getting pieces of whichever ones you have the least amount of pieces for. So it takes you, forever to finally get a Nat 5, but once you do, you pretty much get all of them all at the same time. You could have, 98 of one, 96 of another, 100 of another, and then do another summon and get the rest of the pieces for the others you don't have, and that would get you 3 Nat 5s all at once. So I don't know how I feel about that. But I mean, it seems at first glance like it would be better. We'll have to see how that plays out. I would like to see if they could maybe make it so that when you get pieces, you're more likely to get pieces of characters you already have, which is kind of the opposite of what you want in Summoner's War, because Summoner's War, you don't want to keep summoning duplicates of the same Nat 5. At least most people don't. You want to get different ones. So when you summon a Nat 5, I know a lot of people that I talk to want them to add in a feature that's, if you have a Nat 5, you're less likely to get that same Nat 5. I'm one of those people that wants that. I have 4 Kumars. I don't need 4 Kumars. Yes, I could use them for skill ups, but I don't even use the 1 Kumar, so why bother? And they added a feature in later Siege that, lets you kind of benefit from having duplicate Nat 5s. You can go into a fight and use Varad. Well, then you can't use them in the next fight, but you have another Varad, so you can use that other Varad. So it's kind of nice that they added that feature. Maybe in this game they'll do something similar where there's a reason for it, but right now it just seems way too random, and the likelihood of you getting a natural 5 in this game seems really slim. Just based on probability, it seems really slim that you would get a Nat 5. Now, I say that, I'm sure there's people in the game that have Nat 5s, though it does not appear that you can actually buy anything yet. If I go to this Gems, Items in Preparation, it doesn't appear that you can buy crystals from that way. Let's see. Yeah, so you cannot buy crystals right now, which is fine with me. Everybody that's playing the game has to actually get the stuff legit. Now let's see. Let's find somebody. Let's find somebody that... Can I visit them? Will it let me visit them? No. Level 8. Skylander from Awakening. Level 7. I'm just gonna send out some friend requests and I'll check it later. See if I can get somebody, because I can't see what Nat 5s they have, if any. So, but anyway, so the game overall seems very similar to Summoner's War. I think I covered pretty much everything. Everything else that I didn't cover is probably almost exactly the same as Summoner's War so far. You get runes, you get, set bonuses if you have the same types of runes. Just the summoning is different, and the combat is different. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna play the game some more. Maybe we'll see some more different things, and I'll have to make another video about those. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. It's a fun game, so I recommend, if you have any interest in games like this, try it out. I probably will play it for a little while. I don't know that I'm gonna put as much time into it as Summoner's War, but we'll see. It depends on how the rest of the game plays out after this early tutorial stuff. So I will go ahead and I will end it there, and yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know, leave comments, and I will see you in the next video.